along with a back channel. In this first segment, we'll kind of focus on the back channel aspect, and there's a handout talking about back channeling. A back channel, like Twitter, Today's Meet provides the opportunity to maybe invite that technology into your classroom. So our inquiry question is around how can technology immersion into instructional practices make a difference for student learning? So something to kind of percolate, and that's why everybody is here today, right? How do we make a difference with our students along learning? From my Twitter feed, right, college and career readiness. What is it that folks are looking from our graduates to be able to know and do? Again, the skills for new hires, tech savvy, communicate through digital and visual media, creativity, right? All of these pieces are a part of our work that we're trying to incorporate into our practices and share with our colleagues. So part of today is how do we bring together in an app smash form today's meet and a TED Talk, a little bit like what I'd like to share. If you haven't already linked into today's meet, if you go into Padlet, you can click off the PowerPoint, the direct link, or you can type in the link. It's also on your green form. And in joining, once you open up the Today's Meet page, you just write your name, click join, and then you're ready to give a message. This is a great opportunity to share digital citizenship with students in the classroom. Right? You can't be President Obama. You need to be John, you need to be Bob, you need to be Susie. We invite kids to just use their, or even teachers that we work with, use just your first name, not your last name. But you need to own who it is that's on the back channel. Some ways to text code is if you have a question for somebody, you would start your sentence with a question mark and then direct who is it to. Or you just have a comment or some kind of aha moment, you would start your sentence with an exclamation point. So we're using some text tagging, pulling in the literacy skills along with how to use a back channel in the classroom setting. And then what you'll notice on the green handout, again, are some, things you need to think about, right? How do we, prevent, kids saying things that we don't want them to say on the back channel? And today's meet, they've updated some of their pieces and resources for teacher tools where you can pause the today's meet, you can block a student for participating in today's meet, you can mute people out and delete features. So there's some other features that make it a little more classroom friendly once the teacher tools are up and running. So if you haven't already, join today's meet, take a brief moment, join, and then if you haven't already skimmed the green handout, consider what is one important pointer about netiquette, right? Just like etiquette, how do we practice that when we're on the World Wide Web? How to use a back channel as a useful tool in your classroom. So just take 30 seconds to either log on or to post a comment on our today's meet, and I'm going to demonstrate something. All right, excellent. So people are already joining in and writing in. So I'm going to share my Twitter feed. Every time you join onto the today's meet from a different device, so if you're using iPads in the classroom, or the kids might be going to the computer lab later in the day, or they have their cell phones, every time you're on a new device, you have to rejoin. So it's kind of being mindful of when you set up your today's meet classroom that you might have like a special code for just certain class periods, and you're able to set the duration up for an hour, for a couple days, for a month, for a school year. So you're able to kind of control the duration of your today's meet back channel. Now I have about a minute left, and what's cool about the today's meet, if you're in a classroom setting, you can have this posted in one location. If you're doing something different, you want kids to kind of participate in and engage with it, they can be joining in. Maybe a student has a question, but they don't want to ask the teacher. They can put the question on the back channel, and one of their classmates can answer their question. So how might this work? Going back into the presentation mode. How might this work around a TED Talk? You're just going to have to wait till later to find out. Very good. All right, and that